Welcome to the Pebble Go video tutorial. Pebble Go is a database designed to meet the unique needs of the kindergarten through third grade researcher. Pebble Go databases are leveled for reading at an appropriate level, contain highly relevant photos and illustrations, feature audio narration by professional voiceover artists, and include activities and lesson plans to make teaching research easy. Pebble Go offers 6 unique databases: animals, science, biographies, social studies, dinosaurs, and animales, the Spanish language version of animals. To start using Pebble Go, log in on the home screen. Your school has 2 sets of login credentials, one for student access and one for administrator access. We're going to start by looking at the student account first. Your student username and password can be used by every student and teacher at your school, and can even be used by students at home. Pebble Go teaches students the basics of research. One of the first things your students will learn is how to navigate a database, using one of the different methods we provide: search, drill down, and random article. Once they're in the article, they can use the breadcrumbs to see where they are and explore similar topics. Students search from within a database and will see the articles in that database pop up as they type. For a little bit of fun, and to bring the serendipity of a library shelf to the database, a student can use the random article spinner if they know what topic they're interested in, but not the specific article. Students can also use the tiles in the database to click through categories, subcategories, and articles. The breadcrumb builds up as the student drills down through the categories. When a student is looking at an article, they're able to see how they got there and find similar articles to the one they're looking at, regardless of how they got to the article. This teaches important database skills and information literacy skills. As a student looks at an article, they are learning in a variety of different ways. To keep students' attention, Pebble Go is designed to inspire curiosity and imagination through the prominent inclusion of images in each article, as well as videos and sounds. Students who are learning to read can read the leveled text or can click on the speaker icon to hear the article read aloud. The audio is read by professional voice actors to model correct pronunciation, rhythm, and prosody. Each word is highlighted as it is read so that the student can associate the word with how it sounds when spoken.
Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote a book that helped change the world. Harriet was born June 14th, 1811, in Litchfield, Connecticut. She was a good student who loved to read and to write stories and poems.
Students will also learn about text features, such as titles, glossary terms, and photo and video captions. In addition, in biographies, students will learn about timelines. For databases like animals, where each article has similar information about the topic area, the tabs are the same from one article to the next. Each animal article has a tab about body, habitat, food, life cycle, fun facts, and related articles. If your school has both animals and animales, the student also has the opportunity to look at the article in 2 languages, which can be valuable if you have English language learners in your school, or your English-speaking students are learning Spanish. To switch between the articles, click the green button in the upper right. If you're looking at an English article, the Español button will switch you to Spanish. If you're looking at the Spanish version of an article, the English button will switch you to the English version of that article. Your students will also have the opportunity to learn proper citation and information literacy using the citation and print article tools. Each article also includes activities to engage the students in the topic area further. You can use these activities as part of your lesson plan. The teacher resources also includes a lot of great materials to use in lessons. Every PebbleGo database includes teacher resources to assist the educator in using PebbleGo to its fullest. The curriculum connections under national standards are a valuable way to determine when to use PebbleGo throughout the year. Reproducibles are available in addition to the activities in each article, and also include descriptions of how you can use the activities for each article. Lesson plans are also included in each PebbleGo database and can be used in conjunction with PebbleGo articles. As an educator, you may also have access to the Building Administration tool in PebbleGo. To get to it, let's log out. Now I'm going to log in with my Building Administrator password and username. The Building Administration tool allows you to view information about how your school students have been using PebbleGo, as well as to curate the content available to your school students. One of the most powerful ways to use the PebbleGo admin is by checking in on what your students have been doing on the database. The Login Usage tab tells you how often students have logged into PebbleGo, including whether it's more or less than previous years. The Login Totals tab tells you how often students have logged into PebbleGo and how many times they've looked at each database you own. Under Article Popularity, you'll be able to see which article is the most popular at your school. This includes all of the articles across PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next. The Article Usage tab will allow you to download a spreadsheet about how many articles have been viewed month by month. You can also look at which games have been played most frequently in each database. The User Access tab will let you know how many accounts have access to your administrative account. Under Subscriptions, you can see which databases you're subscribed to and their expiration dates. Under Top Content, you can see which articles are the most popular in PebbleGo across every subscriber. You can use the information about how your students are using PebbleGo to see if your school might not be using the resource in units that it's relevant to. If you know teachers are doing a unit on science, but you don't see a lot of usage in your science database, it might be a good opportunity to communicate about the resources that are available to you. The popular articles can also be a good opportunity to make sure you're providing other resources on those topics to your students. The database statistics can also give you a glimpse into when PebbleGo is being used by your school's teachers. Martin Luther King Jr. and Dr. Seuss are some of the most popular articles in PebbleGo in January and February because students are learning about those topics and teachers make use of PebbleGo as a resource. You'll be the best judge of when PebbleGo would be valuable as a resource to your teachers, so I encourage you to take a look at the admin to see when your school is using it and when they're not. Under the admin login, you also have the ability to disable articles. If there are articles in PebbleGo that are not appropriate for your school's students, or you want to limit certain content to certain times of the year, you can disable articles in PebbleGo. To do so, click on the Disable Content tab to the left of the Logout button and navigate to the articles you want to disable. If I don't want my students to read about Christmas until November or December, I can disable that article by clicking the On-Off toggle. If I don't want my students to learn about life science until later in the year when they're learning about it in this curriculum, I can disable that category. If you're disabling an entire category, we encourage you to disable it on the category level and not on the article level. Since if the category isn't disabled and the articles are, your students will continue to see the category and might click on it but not see any articles. Thanks for taking the time to review PebbleGo with me today.